all, tell us your name.
Herb Sanders.
And who are you representing here at the hearing today?
Attorney for Stand Up for Democracy.
Okay, so there were two very different arguments here today. One was the people for the Citizens for Freedom, I believe is the group?
Citizens for Fiscal Responsibility.
Okay, and they were making the case that the font size should be the issue, that they don't believe it's the right size, and therefore the petitions of the signatures of over 200,000 Michiganders should be thrown out. You made the argument, as I understood it, that this is one chance for the people of Michigan to be able to redress their government and get satisfaction and be able to put Public Act 4 on the ballot in November. So you made a very powerful argument. Just kind of for our viewers, would you kind of reenact what you made, the argument you made on behalf of the people of Michigan?
Well, basically, number one, it's our contention that the font was 14 point. And that there is no specific font that must be utilized in accordance with the statute. But to the extent that the judges believe or found that it isn't 14 point, we believe that we substantially complied with the statute. And to that end, it's our position that the process of redressing your government, our government, should not be an onerous process. It should be a simple process for the people of the state of Michigan to redress their government. Over this, we spilled some tea over this. This is what this country is all about. To be able to say to our government, we the people feel differently than what you have proposed. And we want to redress that. On the other hand, the philosophy of Citizens for Fiscal Responsibility, by their own brief, was that this process should be hard. It should be difficult. It shouldn't be easy to do. And I don't believe that's what our country is built on, or that's what our country is based on. I believe we're based on a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. And that means that we should be able to petition our government without having to hire an expert to create a document to collect signatures on.
Do you think there's a racial aspect to the PA4 legislation?
Well, I think there are numerous aspects to it. I think that there is a union aspect to it. I think that there is a racial aspect to it. I think that there is a have and have-nots aspect to it, a poor and a working class aspect. But the bottom line, if you look at where emergency managers have been placed, I'd be willing to push all the chips to the table and suggest to you that those are primarily areas in which there have been high Democratic voting precincts. You don't see emergency managers in areas in which there have been high Republican voting precincts.
Do you think this is a subversion of our democracy? Were the court to rule in favor of Citizens for Fiscal Responsibility, do you think that this would be a subversion of our democracy in Michigan?
It would be a slap in the face of our state constitution, of our U.S. Constitution, and it would deny people access to the ballot. This act has already denied people the right to vote to elect their representative. Now you're denying them access to determine whether or not the law should even be on the books.
What do you think will happen if the court rules in favor of the Citizens for Fiscal Responsibility? What do you think the response of the people of Michigan, especially the people that are under emergency managers across the state? Do you have any thoughts about what they should do and what their redress should be at that point?
I think they should continue to petition their government. Petition our government. I think they should be outraged, and I think that we should continue to let our voice be heard, no matter to what extent the powers may be try to silence us.
Do you think people, not in a violent way, but do you think the people should take to the street and let their voices be heard loudly on the streets of Michigan?
Well, there comes a time when you become frustrated with the denial of your rights, that the extraordinary measures that are being taken to deny your rights require an extraordinary response. So I think it's up to the people to determine what that response will be.
Great. Thank you very much.